check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check. Mic check. We gotta get this right. What's up, everyone? What's up? What's up? Mic check. Mic check. How's everyone doing? Sunny and so sovereign. We almost there. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Let's see, we there? We might be there. Hopefully. Should be about there. If you guys can hear me okay, type in some nines like how y'all keep be saying. Hopefully that's good right there. I'm not even gonna be able to test it out. But you know what I mean? I was just testing it out, listening to myself, seeing how it sounds. It sounds alright, but hope everyone's doing okay. I'm Sunny and So Sovereign. Again, on this channel, we stay up to date with all the latest blockchain and crypto news, trends, all that stuff. And yeah. Again, I got a lot on my mind. Hopefully everyone's been doing well. This market's been boring for the most part, like every market. But let me go ahead and redo that. I gotta get better at this, so let me go ahead and take a deep breath. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Hopefully you guys can see the screen okay. Again, I'm Sunny and So Sovereign. Here on this channel, we stay up to date with all the latest blockchain and crypto news, trends, technical analysis, all that stuff. Why do we do that? Well, we chasing sovereignty. We chasing sovereignty like there's no tomorrow, and we're doing that through financial literacy. So we're gonna here on this channel in this community, as we continue growing, we want to continue absorbing and emitting this type of light and information. And when I say light, that's what I mean, information. And when I talk about information, I'm talking about this financial literacy. And how do we plan on doing that? And for the most part, staying to why, because we want to, you know what I mean, secure our spot within the blockchain space. That way we can, own, innovate, and thrive. Got this written down, so I know it does sound like I'm reading it, because I am, but I just wanted to throw that in there. We want to continue learning this type of, financial literacy, like that we can, again, secure our spot within the blockchain space, like that we can own, we can innovate, and we can, thrive as a community and whatnot. Because again, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people hear this, we are in like this big financial wealth shift, like one of the biggest in history as far as I know. So yeah, financial literacy is super key. And so how do we plan on doing that? I don't know where you're from, but here in the US, money and information is power. So using blockchain and smart contracts, we want to go ahead and we want to, what's the word I'm looking for? Not pull together, but we want to raise capital to manage in the form of digital assets. And we want to use that capital and go ahead and invest into businesses, founded by, families that look like me and have good intentions for the, for the overall masses and, overall good. So that's my plan. That's how I plan on doing that. We plan on just, building a community of, traders, investors. I would love to also build a community of, coders and programmers within this blockchain and, smart contract space. And we could put those two together, learn how to brand ourselves. We can make a lot of power moves for sure. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Again, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. It looks like you guys can hear me okay. I don't know how that makes sense, how it looks like you guys can hear me okay. I'm looking at the little wave pattern there. But again, so let's get right into it. If you seen my last live, I did a little live outside. I was with my daughter. Shout out to Adieli, beautiful. I was talking about what could be the catalyst that we'll see, for we could see, some type of, change in the market. So again, what type of catalyst we could see or hear, within news and all that would overall change the market direction. Right now, again, if you guys don't know, I think all markets are basically in a bear market, but more specifically here, the crypto market is in a bear market. So in my last live, I was talking about what are some catalysts, and I named 3, and these are just my opinions, right? And so I said, we mentioned one catalyst being the this name is so dumb, but the Responsible Financial Innovation Act bill, right? We talked a little bit about that and how that could be one catalyst. If that moves in a little bit faster pace, and we see some type of clarification on what is what and how things are going to be taxed and whatnot, right? The second one we talked about is we talked about XRP and his lawsuit, right? XRP trying to become the global payment system of the world. I believe backed by US dollars, which would be good for the US. Shout out US. And then what's the third catalyst? We also talked about Man, what we talked about was it Bitcoin? I think we talked a little bit about Bitcoin and just more of its adoption, I believe. And I can be wrong, I'm sorry. I believe the third catalyst was now I'm gonna have to look this up. 1 second, you guys, cause I gotta get this right. Again, type in some nines. I know ain't no one listening to me right now, but type in some nines if I sound okay. And once I play this video real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and mute this. 1 second. Alright, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So yeah, I was right. We talked about Bitcoin and the Lightning Network and the whole going green. Again, Bitcoin is proof of work. Lightning Network is, I believe, proof of stake. And that way we can send I think with the Lightning Network we could send microtransactions, satoshis and whatnot. So that was like the third catalyst. If we could see more news on that, I think that could be a great shift. And that's also a narrative we have to stick close to, because I believe that Lightning Network is more of a peer-to-peer system, and we got keep that narrative close, because right now we're talking again global payment system, which is great when we're talking about the adoption of things, but we can't, that's business to business. They're trying to figure out that problem. We can't be blind to the other problem that we've been having for a long time. So that's why we are here today, to talk a little bit about the what's been going on with that that Responsible Financial Innovation Act bill. We're going to talk a little bit about the global payment system. You know what I mean? We're going to dive a little bit into XRP, what they're doing, a little bit about their competitors, and a little bit about Chainlink. We're also going to dive into, again, we're actually holding Chainlink in the Soul Sovereign Vault right now on the Enzyme platform. You can go to the enzyme.finance website, go look at the Soul Sovereign Vault, and see when we place that trade. Right now we are a little down, but once we get into what's been going on in the space, it's definitely a good hold. So we're gonna dive in a little bit into the charts, technical analysis, a little bit about the indicators, and I got some news here in the end about dollar cost averaging that I want to start a little journey on myself, because again, this where you could go see us trade and where you could go see our treasury at. We are limited to the investments we could take place in. There's limited, cryptocurrencies or digital assets, whatever you want to call them. We got limited choices. I think right now, I probably picked out like 20, 25 that I believe that would be decent investments if we want to go aggressive. But if we want it to be like right now, since we are such in a bear market, I wouldn't even go aggressive right now. For me, for my trading strategy and the overall safety of this vault, because this vault is going to be where, again, we're raising funds, we're raising capital, and with this capital, we're going to go ahead and invest into businesses owned by family that look like me and you. That being said, these type of investments has to be safe. We can't be super aggressive with this treasury. Not saying we can't open up another fund and be super aggressive, but for right now, that's the plan. Without further ado, I think we should dive into it. What do you guys think? Dive into it? Alright, so here we're going to dive into the Responsible Financial Innovation Act. So here's a little article written by Jeff Carson, Um, titled Bipartisan Senate Bill to Regulate Cryptocurrency Has Tax Implications. Legislation sponsored by a bipartisan pair of U.S. senators, the Responsible Financial Innovation Act, will set new tax rules for cryptocurrencies and shift much of the oversight to them to the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, the CFTC. So let's read that again. Legislation sponsored by a bipartisan pair of the U.S. senators, the Responsible Financial Innovation Act, will set new tax rules for cryptocurrencies and shift much of the oversight of them to the CFTC. So again, if you guys haven't been following cryptocurrency and just this whole wave of adoption, the CFTC and the SEC been going back and forth as to what is cryptocurrency. Is it a security? Is it a commodity? How are we gonna tax this? How are we gonna audit this? How are we gonna, keep our eye on this, make our money off this, whatever you want to call it, right? So it's looking like as of now, a lot of the oversight, as they say, is going to be from the CFTC. So that with that being said, I think that's why we're starting to hear so much news of XRP now, because you're starting to see more clarification of who is going to be auditing and who's going to be taxing and who is going to be overseeing this digital asset space. So now, since we're, slowly, very slowly, it's starting to gain more clarification, now we know it's not the SEC that's overseeing this market. It's the CFTC. So now we're gonna hear more about these global payment systems and projects and protocols start really taking place and taking effect. We're gonna start hearing more about partnerships and whatnot. So that being said, again, we've been seeing a lot of XRP news. I haven't even really been following price action a lot lately, but there's been a lot of XRP news. So let's go ahead and get into our first article. Well, I guess our second article here, written by the blockchain editor. This came out June 1st, 2022. It's called Ripple XRP Top Manager Sees Payment System Swift to be replaced in the medium term. So Swift, if you guys don't know, is a huge, I think the biggest payment processing and settlement company in the world, right? They're a global payment system. They deal with business to business, overseas, past borders type of payment and settlement type of services, right? They're saying Ripple, they see Ripple basically just taking over and making Swift, like, what's the word I'm looking for, you guys? I'm thinking of inevitable, but just obsolete. Basically, it's gonna basically make Swift obsolete. Not saying Swift isn't innovating as well and trying to do what it needs to do to catch up and stay ahead, or whatever you want to call it, but there's a lot of, once the infrastructure is built, it's hard. Where Ripple built its infrastructure with the plan on becoming the new global payment processing and settlement system of the world, and they already knew all the problem it want to solve. Now that Swift and these other companies see the solution to their problems, now they gotta either start new or break their infrastructure and rebuild, which I guess is always a pretty difficult and complex case. So let's get into this. Ripple top manager sees payment system Swift to be replaced in the medium term. Overview. At Ripple XRP, the management level is again demonstrating increased optimism. The The RippleNet network could increasingly replace Swift as early as 5 years from now. If they say 5, we're gonna say 2.5, right? As investors. At Ripple XRP, the management level is again demonstrating increased optimism. The RippleNet network could increasingly replace Swift as early as 5 years from now, says project manager Ashid Burla. Ripple XRP is moving step by step into attack mode, also because advantages are increasingly emerging in the mammoth trial against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC). Plans for the future are being outlined. Ashish Burla, who is responsible for RippleNet, gave the direction in an interview. Swift, as the standard system for the international remittance, is showing significant weakness in the digital age, Burla said. RippleNet's ambition, meanwhile, are bigger than just replacing Swift, he said. Burla compared Swift to the use of fax machines where only one message can be transmitted, where RippleNet, on the other hand, he says funds are actually transferred in addition to the message of a wire transfer, and there is also built-in mechanism to complete transactions in real time without conflict. So here they're just saying basically how how inefficient Swift is, but again, Swift is doing what they need to do to try to get with the times basically, and not lose that number one spot in the global as being a global payment and settlement system, right? So all this being said, let's go into our next little article here. So how do the Ripple network plan on becoming the global payment and settlement system, right? I want to keep saying the world, but I keep forgetting I'm already saying global. So the global payment and settlement system for the world sounds better, just to emphasize it. But so they are, right? I believe they're going to be backed by US dollars, and please forgive me if I'm wrong. There's a lot to try to wrap your head around this. It really is. But they're going to be using a protocol called, let me see here, the Flare State Connector is the solution to secure universal interoperability. And why am I bringing this up? Why is this important? It's because interoperability is the key word here. When we're talking about blockchains, interoperability is the key word. So XRP, if they plan to become the global payment system, they have to be interoperable between all blockchains. And until now, that's been a very hard task. We do have bridges, right? We got multiple bridges from blockchain to blockchain. But it's still not a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's not a seamless system yet. When you're trying to, bridge your token to another blockchain, or just transfer it to another, place, and that place happen to be on another blockchain, it's not a seamless, procedure. It is tedious still, and there's still very many room for error. And when we're talking about finance, that's losing money, and that's not a good thing. And stuff like that is never gonna be adopted by the masses, right? So, Ripple is utilizing this protocol by the Flare network, I believe, and they are, let's just go ahead and just get into this article because they explain it better than me. So it enables smart contracts on Flare to prove the state of any open system in a secure and decentralized manner. Right now they're just going in just on the details on how they're gonna be interoperable between blockchains and not sacrifice security and whatnot and adaptability. no coding required, no change of code and whatnot. Because when we're talking about different blockchains, we're talking about a lot of times, many times, and very important, different languages. And these different languages aren't interoperable. So these great projects that are built on these blockchains can never be interoperable, which stifles, innovation and just efficiency and just all that, because we want everything to be interoperable, right? We want that convenience. So continuing on, connects to both on-chain and off-chain data sources, bringing a new era of utility for dApps. I need a drink. Faster and safer than existing cross-chain interoperability solutions. They're flexing right now. Seamless deployment with no amendments or integrations required on the connected blockchain or data source. The state connector and this part is important, I think. Let me see. Yep. A state connector is a core protocol required for the delivery of FAT assets, which will bring non-contract tokens such as BTC, Doge, and XRP onto Flare. So they can use EVM-based smart contracts and access the decentralized economy. That part is big. This is how they really plan. This is the big part of how they really plan on becoming the global payment system, right? By using this state connector protocol, which allows them to use assets like BTC, Doge, and XRP and be interoperable with all these other blockchains. These blockchains, again, have to be, because remember, it's not the blockchain itself really, it's really the smart contracts. So these smart contracts have to be Ethereum virtual machine based smart contracts. So I think this already eliminates like Cardano. I don't believe Cardano is utilizing the EVM based smart contract. They got their whole other thing going on. So yeah, it's big, man. This is big. If you understand what's going on right now, this is big, and this is why we gotta continue following this Responsible Financial Innovation Act bill, and then following what they have to say, and then following these big global payment system projects, because I truly believe, and I may be wrong, but I'm gonna go ahead and shoot my shot. It may be like XRP, it may be like FTX, it may be something like Doge that may start becoming like, what's the word I'm looking for here? When it comes to the crypto market, remember back a few years ago, we used to say everything follows BTC, right? BTC goes up, everything goes up. If it's Bitcoin season, then it's Ethereum, then it's altcoin, go down the market cap, and then repeat that cycle, right? That being said, I wouldn't be surprised if it would be XRP and FTX starting to lead the way when we enter this bull cycle. You know what I mean? XRP come down, maybe Bitcoin come down, then big altcoins, small altcoins, and repeat. May be wrong, that's just my opinion as of right now. But continuing on, so this protocol is major. If you guys got your notes and your pen, the state connector protocol is gonna allow BTC, Doge, XRP. If you guys been trading a little while, you know what I mean? You guys may have came across where you have to, in order to put your Bitcoin onto a certain blockchain, you have to wrap your Bitcoin, right? Again, bridging and transferring your assets to a blockchain that is not native to, right? As they would say, you have to wrap your Bitcoin. That wrapped Bitcoin is pegged to your actual Bitcoin, right? Wherever that actual Bitcoin is at, so it's like imagine this: taking your Bitcoin to a bank, and they give you wrapped Bitcoin, so you could take your Bitcoin into the internet, something, right? Let's not even get into that. I'm almost confused myself. That was a bad analogy, but again, this type of protocol is gonna allow Bitcoin to use smart Ethereum-based smart contracts. It's gonna be big. I really can't even wrap my head around this yet, but this is gonna be big. So the more we follow this bill, the more we follow XRP and these other global payment systems and what they're doing, and definitely price action, right? Uh, we can stay ahead on, when this bull market creeps up, right? We're gonna stay ahead with these news. We're gonna put our alerts in our charts and whatnot, and we're gonna absorb and emit this type of information at all times, 24/7. So next thing we got, staying on global payment system, right? We got the Federal Reserve, and when I was listening to this news, a few months ago, I didn't even comprehend what was really going on. So the Federal Reserve, right? The Federal Reserve, which is the banks of the banks, they're the one that issue out bonds and whatnot, I believe. They're trying to create, and forgive me if I'm wrong, earn your leisure, Ian Dunlap, don't kill me. All you guys, yeah, don't kill me if I'm wrong right now, but I believe so. The Federal Reserve is trying to come out with their own blockchain based. Is it blockchain based? I wouldn't say blockchain based. I think they're calling it distributed ledger technology based type of global payment system where let me see. Okay, let's just go ahead and read it because they you know what I mean, they say it a little better than me. And 1 second, you guys, I'll be right back. Okay, so where was we? So again, the Federal Reserve, right? They're building their own. Let's just go ahead and read it. So while many expect the Federal Reserve to deploy its own blockchain or use a CBDC, FedNow does not use any form of blockchain technology to achieve these results. What results? Should start from the top. Let's just start from the top. The Central Bank of the U.S. has scheduled the launch of its 24/7 payment service called FedNow for July 2023. FedNow is a system that can irreversibly settle international payments instantly at any time of the day, 365 days of the year. Sounds familiar, right? Sounds like blockchain. The central bank will operate a pilot program. The central bank will operate a pilot program beginning as early as September. More than 120 organizations, including banks and payment processors, will participate in this in the pilot, this testing. While many expect the Federal Reserve to deploy a blockchain, it's not using that, but it is using distributed ledger technology. The value proposition of many cryptocurrencies: cheap, reliable, and reversible payment settlements within seconds. Is all possible with the FedNow system. So yeah, again, global payment system. Everyone's trying to do it, right? Brings us to our next article. We got Circle. So what is Circle? Circle is also trying to become a global payment processing system. And they're also, back to that word, interoperability. You can't be the global payment processing system without being completely interoperable. Because you got all these different currencies now, right? You got all these different currencies, you got all these different blockchains. And there's not just blockchain for gaming, there's not just blockchain for currencies. Remember, we're gonna have blockchain built for specific use cases, such as your digital identity, your health identity, all your health information. And you want that information, whatever ledger that information is on, you might need it to be interoperable with another blockchain that has another source of information. So if we don't have that interoperability, again, we're losing, in my opinion, conveniency. And I think convenience is right now. You want everything to be convenient. When I say convenient, I'm not meaning like everything be lazy, everyone be lazy, but efficient. Maybe efficient is the better word I'm looking for. If you're gonna make a shovel, might as well make an efficient shovel. Don't make a shovel with the handle is 1 foot long, and you gotta, you got no leverage on that, right? So that's what I mean. So again, back to the word interoperability. So we see here Circle, another global payment system that started out peer-to-peer, but as time went on became more of a business-to-business type of project. So here they're also working on their own cross-chain transfer protocol, very similar to, again, the Flare and their state connector protocol, right? So they could go ahead and bring assets such as BTC, Doge, and XRP and make them compatible with smart contracts. You see, Circle is trying to make its stablecoin compatible within every other blockchain, and they said these blockchains are Arbitron, Cosmos, Near, Optimism, and Polkadot as of right now, which is super big. So right now, if you got USDC, you could go ahead and you could transfer your USDC within all those blockchains. And let's say you want to get into a project that's built on the Arbitron community. Now you could go to the exchange with your USDC and convert it, sell it, whatever. And same thing with Cosmos, Near, Optimism, and Polkadot. So big moves when it comes, big move for the business to business industry. And again, interoperability. So who are they partnering with to make this protocol, right? They're partnering with Chainlink. If you guys don't see it in the bottom, I mentioned Chainlink. And we got some news on Chainlink, man, because Chainlink's one of those projects I wonder about, in a good way. Like, they just really doing their thing. That protocol. So Swift, right? Again, remember. Also, I didn't even mention this. Swift is using the cross-chain interoperability protocol, right? Hold on, you guys. So Circle. Sounds trying to click in my head real quick. Circle. Yeah, some major things is happening. Sometimes you can't wrap your head. Me, right? So much is going on. It's hard to wrap your head around this. I'm a one-man team right now. Right now, because we are building this community, and we're gonna have some people smarter than me that's gonna be able to break this down quickly, simply, efficiently. We're gonna make our content, produce, and you know what I mean, execute. So Circle is a major. Who else be talking and just start like burping sometimes? That's my problem sometimes. But again, so just trying to wrap my head around this as me right now. So Circle, we know Circle is the company that created USDC, right? USDC is like crazy freaking crazy huge stablecoin company. I believe is backed by the US dollar, right? You got US dollar and you got Tether. So then we got Swift. So right now, so back to this article. So you got Circle, right? USDC partnering with Chainlink with that cross-chain transfer protocol to be interoperable with those other 5 blockchains, right? And then we got Swift also doing the same thing, utilizing the same protocol for their global payment system. So we got 2 different global payment systems utilizing this protocol that I never really heard about. I mean, now that I've been reading about it, this last day, I seen that some news been out about it since I believe 2019, but that was all speculation news. I think now is the type of news where they're saying we're implementing this and this thing is going live. So again, Swift, the company that XRP was flexing on, saying that, again, remember, Swift is the #1 global payment and settlement system. XRP plans on taking that spot. And remember how I was saying earlier in the beginning of this video, Swift is doing what they need to do to stay, stay with the times. And this is what they're doing. They're partnering up with Chainlink, utilizing that cross-chain interoperability protocol. And do we want to get into this? Let's get into it, because this was a pretty interesting read. So, interbank messaging system Swift has partnered with price oracle provider Chainlink to work on a proof of concept project which would allow traditional finance firms the ability to transact across blockchain networks. Chainlink co-founder Sergey Nazarov, I apologize, I butchered your name, announced the project at its SmartCon 2022 conference in New York on September 28th, alongside Swift strategy director Jonathan Soul. At the conference, Soul said that there is undeniable interest from institutional investors into digital assets, adding these traditional finance players want access to digital and traditional assets on one platform. The proof of concept utilizes Chainlink's cross-chain interoperability protocol, allowing Swift messages to instruct token transfers across nearly every blockchain network, which, according to Nazarov, will accelerate the adoption of distributed ledger technology, blockchains across capital markets, and traditional finance. It's pretty big. The Swift interbank messaging system is mostly widely used The Swift interbank messaging system is the most widely used platform for traditional cross-border fiat transactions. We know this, yada yada yada. However, transactions on Swift network can take several days to complete. The company has been exploring blockchain and DLT technology and central bank digital currency (CBDCs) to facilitate faster payments. Chainlink added this collaboration with Swift allow financial institutions to gain blockchain I'm sorry, you guys. Capability without replacing, developing, or integrating new connectivity into legacy systems, or something is said will require a lot of money. So yeah, and this last statement was pretty cruel. MasterCard CEO Michael Maybach said at a panel session in May on CBDCs that he doesn't expect Swift to exist in 5 years, likely due to the rising competition from CBDCs for cross-border payments and settlements. MasterCard later clawed back the statement, noting that Maybach simply meant that Swift operation will continue to evolve from its current form. Again, like they said, Swift settlement is slow. It takes several days, so they've been exploring blockchain technology. But again, like I said earlier in this video, when you have an infrastructure already built like Swift does, and now they're trying to use blockchain technology and incorporate that, it's harder than someone like XRP that already seen the problem and built its infrastructure resolving that problem from the ground up. So no time wasted, no money wasted, no energy wasted, and just more room for, innovation and whatnot. Not saying Swift is out of here, but just cool things to stay up to date with, right? So that's some news on Swift, that's some news on Circle, that's some news on XRP, that's some news on Flare, and that's definitely some major news on Chainlink, right? Chainlink been having some major news just this past year, just like forever, really. So again, Chainlink is an Oracle protocol which goes ahead and bring real life data to the blockchain, right? Not to the blockchain, to the smart contracts on that blockchain. So let's bring it back a little bit. So, right, we got the blockchain, right? We got that distributed ledger technology, right? On this blockchain, where we like it to be completely transparent, right? All transactions completely transparent in this this system of distributed ledgers, right? On this system of distributed ledgers, we have what we call smart contracts, which which you could do a lot with, right? And on these smart contracts, you can go ahead and, to keep it simple, let's say, right, you got the ledger, right, that keeps your transactions. You got little Bobby and you got little Johnny. Little Bobby writes the smart contracts, noting that and we're gonna use this, how we're gonna incorporate Chainlink. If Allen Iverson scores a 3-pointer, right, in the next game, Lil Johnny owes Lil Bobby $5, right? So we could see this type of transaction go on, and we could see the smart contract written on the blockchain, right? But you need the data of Allen Iverson making the 3-pointer to come into the blockchain or into the smart contract to execute that smart contract, right? And you need that to be done in a secure way. You know what I mean? It can be Allen Iverson makes a 2-pointer and the smart contracts go ahead and execute when the smart contract said 3-pointer, right? and we can't have the data falsely coming in if Allen Iverson never made a three-pointer. So this is where Oracles and Chainlink comes in, right? They bring real-time data into these smart contracts to allow them to go ahead and execute whatever they need to execute, right? Whatever is written in that smart contract. And we can see this all play out on the blockchain, right? So Chainlink been doing this thing, because if we're talking about oracles, who's Chainlink competition? If you know of another oracle project that is doing, we talk about all these different layer ones, right? We talk about Ethereum, we talk about Solana, we talk about all these different layer 2s and these roll-ups. We talk about all these different type of all these different projects in the blockchain space, in the crypto space. They got competitors, but when we think about Chainlink right now, and as important as that is, bringing real-time data onto the blockchain, who else is doing that? Are there blockchains that already incorporate that protocol or something within it? Because if so, I don't know. It's probably something I should probably look into, right? That being said, what we got here? I forgot about this news. Man, how will I tie this in? We're already on Chainlink. So that being said, right? We come here to CoinGecko. We come up here and we go to categories, right? And this categorize the market and, in a nice clean way. So if you're looking at the whole market, you could split it up within like this. All the money in the market, you got the Ethereum ecosystem, and how, the market cap, the 24-hour volume, and the number of coins or projects built in that ecosystem, right? And so you could go by market cap. So what, in this crypto market, what ecosystem has the most money flowing around through it? You see that's Ethereum, right? You see how many projects are built on it and whatnot. So let's go ahead and let's find right here stable coins. You can see how much money is flowing through stable coins, and if you click on it, you'll see the the top whatever stable coins. Let's go to Oracle, shall we? And let's just see the difference. So here we got oracles, and we got Chainlink, right? Number 25 in market cap of the whole market, but number 1 when it comes to market cap, when it comes to comparing to other oracle protocols. There's no comparison. Look at the market cap. What number is this? Million or billion? Yeah, that's billion. Man, I'm bad with numbers still. I mean, people where I'm from, you don't see these big numbers like this. So we got 625, 130,000, 636 million. We got 3 billion, $3.5 billion of, Chainlink. That's how much money Chainlink within this ecosystem, and that's just flowing within this ecosystem. Compared to number 2 that has nowhere near in 24-hour volume and nowhere near in market cap. So what do I mean? So what am I trying to say here? If Chainlink ain't a good investment, I don't know what is. End of story. Let's continue on. So again, I went right here, and this channel, we're staying up to date with all the latest crypto and blockchain news, updates, trends, all that. We're creating, we already created a vault, which you can call the treasury of the Soul Sovereign community, where we go ahead and manage our capital in the form of digital assets on the Enzyme platform, which is, as of right now, I say limited. right? We got limited options on what we can invest in and how we can invest, but still, it's a great platform, and there's a lot of things, there's a lot of great things you can do. I would not be here talking to you if it wasn't for Enzyme platform. So shout out to Mona L. Lisa, the founder of Enzyme Finance, and thank you for bringing this protocol, which allows the birth of micro funds. Micro funds. Now you don't have to be a multi-million-dollar, entity to open up a fund, a VC. You could do it from the mud now, which is what we doing over here. So again, shout out Mona L. Lisa. Back to Chainlink. So we created a vault, which you could go see. You could go to a website, see how we're trading. The investment that we're holding right now, the cryptocurrency we're holding right now, is actually Chainlink. And we actually got into Chainlink before I even seen all this news. And it was just looking good on the chart, technical analysis wise. And if you could go to like my 2 videos ago, I think I made the trade or whatever. And I talked about it a little bit. It was looking good on the charts, right? TA. So we got in. And it really didn't even do exactly what we did, what we wanted or expected. But the charts is still looking good. And fundamentally, news-wise, it's great. And you know what I mean? Again, no competition when it comes to oracles. And so let's just go ahead and look at Link, right? So we're looking at Link. Let's go ahead and look at Link on the monthly. So it closed good. It closed high on the monthly. Let's get a little closer. About the same size as August. So August we had I'm sorry for the glitch. We had a 13% drop in August, and then in September, for the month of September, we had an increase. And we had a 14% increase. So let's make sure we were reading that correctly again, right? So in August, we went down. We went down 13.4%. You guys remember that for me. 13.4%. And then in September, we came up. We had a good month. Chainlink. But how good? 14.4%. Something don't look right? Because it does look like the red is completely engulfing that green candle. But we're going by numbers right now. And either way, it's still 1%. But when we're talking about technical analysis, 1% makes a difference. It's still, we can't say that. Anyways, Chainlink had a very good month. And if we back up from this chart a little bit, well, actually, if we look into this chart a little bit, because we're looking at the monthly, we'll see that double bottom is going on here, where it looks like a W, so it goes, you know what I mean? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And let's go ahead and look in. Oh, I'm sorry, I was right. If we come back a little bit, it's forming this double bottom. And what do I mean by double bottom? Oh no, man, I was super wrong. That's not the double bottom. That's why you gotta come all the way back sometimes and go all the way in. Where's this double bottom at? Here it is. On the weekly. there's a double bottom, right? And usually these double bottoms, what happens? They shoot back up. If we have the right type of momentum, if everything's looking right, we have the right type of volume, if we got the right type of buying pressure. Usually goes up. And I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen. All this major news. Keep your eye on Chainlink. Let me say it again. Keep your eye on Chainlink. Keep your eye on the charts. Keep your eye on this double bottom. We closed pretty well. We did. I still believe this green candle is not bigger than. Let's remeasure it. Let's remeasure it, man. Yeah, we gotta. I hate being silent for this long, but that red candle is definitely bigger than that green candle. That red candle of August is definitely engulfing the green candle of September. And when you are into TA, the stuff here matters, man. There's the little tedious work you gotta, you know what I mean? We get into. Oops, picked the wrong John. What the heck, bro? So it says August is 13.5. Right? That's what it says. And then September, it says showing 14.4. So if we're going off by numbers, September is technically engulfing August. Meaning just confirming this double bottom is great. We're glad September did what September was supposed to do. Thank you for the bullish people in September. Thank you for all the buyers, including myself, because I bought in September as well. Yeah, this is good, technical analysis wise, right? I don't want to stay too long into here because I ain't no technical analysis teacher. I just wanted to point out the obvious. If you guys don't believe me, go open up the chart and look at it yourself. Bro-ish. So, again, how do I want to leave this off by? We talked about Chainlink. We're looking at the price. It's looking great price action-wise. News-wise, great. Alright. So yeah. So next video. So next week I'm gonna start my journey of dollar cost averaging it, right? I wanna start my journey. And I'm not doing much. I ain't big balling. I'm really not. If I was big balling, I'd fund my own, you know what I mean, VC. And I'll be talking to other funds already and start partnering up and whatnot. You know what I mean? My NFTs will be done. I won't even need to sell them. I'll be giving them away with utility. But that's not the case right now. But I do want to start dollar cost averaging because a lot of things is going on. You don't gotta listen to me. If not me, go listen to someone else. But follow this crypto market. Follow the stock market. Especially if you're in the US, follow your economy. You know know what I mean? Follow these global payment systems. Cause let's tie all this into the US dollar. As these global payment systems start taking effect and start scaling successfully, what will what would that really do to the US dollar? I mean, even the best case scenario, again, forgive me if I'm wrong, if XRP is backed by the US dollar and XRP scales to become the #1 payment system of the, you know what I mean, the world, the US dollar physically still diminishes. It's the CBDC that has value now. And that's going to be tracked way differently than the US dollar that you could just print out, right? It will be CBDC. Now, you know what I mean? I could be so wrong, I could be so off, but just keep that in mind. Like, don't be too faithful on the US dollar, no matter what happens. Basically, moral of the story is that you see these global payment systems and settlement layers are building these infrastructures not surrounding the US dollar. It's surrounding CBDCs, XRP, and these other digital assets. So whatever happens to the US dollar, if they happen to keep it strong, you know, value-wise, utility-wise, it still sucks. And it's going to continue sucking more as we continue evolving and getting our resources more from, you know, Web3 and whatnot. So just keep that in mind. Food for thought. All that, you know what I mean, being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, I'm gonna start dollar cost averaging myself starting next week. Not big, but just to incentivize me to come on here and keep track of more charts, because again, it's probably only like 20, 25 cryptocurrencies and digital assets that we can look and invest in together within the current Enzyme platform that we're using. But there's other major cryptocurrencies, let's say such as XRP, such as Doge, that we don't have access to, but we want to stay up to date with, right? Not just stay up to date, I want to go ahead and put some of my money in there too. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a FTX account and start this dollar cost averaging. So if I see a great investment that I see and I could take place in the vault, I'm gonna go ahead and do that as we continue growing our community and whatnot. If I can't take place in that investment within the vault, then I'm gonna have to take it within my personal account. But I want to keep you guys still up to date on, you know, what's going on, my investments, even a little bit about my personal investments, but definitely up to date with you know, what's going on in the market. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys learned a little bit about, you know, what XRP got going on, the, you know, the Responsible Financial Innovation Act, a little bit about Chainlink. Again, who is Chainlink competitors? If you guys know, leave a comment. I'm gonna dive a little bit more into that too, because I'm wondering who are these other oracles. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, leave a like. I'm gonna definitely be back soon. You know what I mean? I know you guys don't see me every day, but I am here working in the back end, trying to put it all together, trying to figure it all out. But still, every day I am staying up to date with the market and, you know, formulating a little story and breaking it down so I could come on here and relay it to you guys. Because why? Here we want to continue, like I said earlier, absorbing and emitting this type of light. And when I say light, I mean information. And to be more specific, this financial information, this financial literacy. Why? So we can secure our spot in the blockchain space. That way we can own, that way we can innovate, and that way we can thrive. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I'll be back real soon. Again, I'm Sunny and Soul Sovereign, and I am